Folks, imagine this. The Las Vegas Raiders, that silver and black juggernaut born in the gritty streets of Oakland, with a legacy etched in rebellion and Super Bowl glory, now staring down a 4-game skid that's got the whole AFC West buzzing like a hive of angry hornets. Is this the end of the road for Pete Carroll's grand experiment in the desert, or just the fire this team needs to reignite the commitment to excellence that Al Davis preached like gospel? Welcome to Raiders Report. I'm your host, diving deep into the heartbreak from Monday Night Football, where the Dallas Cowboys handed us a gut-wrenching 33-16 beatdown at Allegiant Stadium, the so-called Death Star that's looking a lot more like a black hole right now. Let's set the scene, Raider Nation. Under those gleaming lights in Vegas, with the pyro popping and the faithful in their face paint chanting, "Just win, baby," our boys came out swinging, or at least they tried to. Geno Smith, the grizzled vet Carroll brought over from Seattle in a reunion straight out of a football fairy tale, connected on a few crisp passes early to Davante Adams, that future Hall of Famer who's been torching secondaries since his days dodging tacklers in Fresno. But oh man, it unraveled faster than a bad bet on the strip. Turnovers piled up like casino chips, 2 picks from Geno, including one that Micah Parsons turned into a Cowboys touchdown parade. The defense, anchored by Max Crosby's relentless motor, he's got 8.5 sacks already, by the way, leading the league in QB pressures, held firm for a bit, but special teams? A blocked punt returned for points? That's the kind of dagger that echoes the ghosts of losses past. Final score, Cowboys 33, Raiders 16. Our record, a dismal 2-8, tied for the 3rd worst in the NFL. It's the kind of night that has you yelling at the TV, wondering if the ghosts of John Madden and Ken Stabler are up there shaking their heads. Now, let's break it down, because as much as it stings, there's layers here worth unpacking. Pete Carroll, the 74-year-old coaching wizard who built the Legion of Boom in Seattle and hoisted that Lombardi trophy after Super Bowl 48, stepped into this Raiders rebuild like a man taming a wild Mustang. Hired back in January on a 3-year deal to bring stability after the Antonio Pierce era fizzled, Carroll traded for Geno, drafted running back Ashton Jeanty 6th overall to inject some explosiveness, and preached his "always compete" mantra from day one. But here's the rub, this roster he inherited? It's a patchwork quilt of promise and peril. The offense ranks dead last in red zone efficiency, converting just 45% of trips into touchdowns. Compare that to the Chiefs' 68%, and you see why Patrick Mahomes is laughing all the way to another division crown. Defensively, we're top 10 against the run, thanks to Crosby and Christian Wilkins tag-teaming like the old Oakland days. But the secondary's leaked 24 passing touchdowns, the most in the league. Injuries haven't helped. Jacoby Myers nursing a hamstring, Tyree Wilson sidelined with that knee tweak, and those close calls Carroll mentioned? Yeah, 3 of our losses were by a field goal or less. Small margins, big heartbreaks. Pete Prisco over at CBS Sports nailed it in his latest power rankings, slotting the Raiders at 25th heading into Week 12. There's some talk that Coach Pete Carroll could be in trouble, Prisco said, dropping whispers from league circles about the hot seat warming up faster than a July afternoon in Henderson. I don't buy the panic just yet. Carroll's a 2-time national champ at USC, for crying out loud, but the results speak loud. And straight from the horse's mouth, Carroll addressed the firestorm in his post-game presser. His voice steady as ever, but you could hear the frustration cracking through. "No, I don't think like that. I really don't. I can't go there," he fired back when asked about his job security. "It's been 20-something years just in these last 2 opportunities as a head coach, and that hasn't been in my mind at all. So, I'm not going to start now. But dig deeper, and Pete gets real about the grind. How do I handle it? Not very well," he admitted, leaning into the mic like he's confessing to an old friend. "It's been crappy, and this is not what I expected to happen. And I didn't feel that we would be this far behind the start of the season. And so, we're just trying to keep driving the messages home and trying to get better each week and do some things that we can build from." He paused, eyes narrowing, that classic Carroll intensity, and hammered home those razor-thin defeats. "And it's a kick, it's a blocked kick, it's an OT catch. There's 4 or 5 games here that could have flipped just like that. Just small margins of better play and better execution, better calls and all of that we know. But unfortunately, it still is what it is, and then we have to deal with it." Man, if that doesn't sum up Raiders football, the highs of Marcus Allen's 191-yard scamper in Super Bowl 18, the lows of these gut punches. Carroll wrapped it with grit. "So, I'm not very well versed in being in this situation, and I don't have the experience about that, And I'm happy to say that, but I don't like it one bit. And it's been hard, and so fortunately, the coaches and we keep grinding with our players, and we're communicating well. They're communicating well with us, and we're keeping it together. And it's just like the next opportunity feels like it's going to turn. Picture this, I'm ringside in the locker room, mic in hand, catching up with Max Crosby as he ices that shoulder. "Coach Carroll, man's a legend," Max says, flashing that trademark grin. He's got us believing, even when the scoreboard says otherwise. "That blocked punt. Our bad, but watch us bounce back. Raiders Nation deserves a fight, and we're bringing it." Or Davante Adams, scrolling his phone post-game, dropping this gem, "Losing sucks, plain and simple. But Gino's got ice in his veins, and with Pete scheming, we're one tweak from turning this ship around. Tell the doubters to strap in." Even a fan outside the stadium, silver face paint streaked with sweat, chimes in, "We've been through worse, remember the tuck rule game? This is just fuel for the fire." Zoom out for a sec, because context is king in this league. The Raiders sit 2-8, staring at a potential top 5 pick in the 2026 draft. Maybe a franchise QB to pair with Janty's rookie Flash, who's already rushing for 650 yards and looking like Bo Jackson reincarnate. Historically, this skid evokes the lean years post-2002 AFC Championship heartbreak, when we went 4-12 and the desert dreams felt distant. But flip the script. Under Al Davis's rebel spirit, we won 3 Super Bowls in the 70s and 80s, outgunning rivals like the Broncos in those snow globe classics or outlasting the Chargers in heated border battles. Statistically, our 18.2 points per game allowed is middling, but turnovers forced? A measly 9, worst in the West. Fix that, and we're talking wild card whispers. Expert take from my old broadcast buddy, Mel Kiper, "Carroll's reloading, not rebuilding, but at 74 times the enemy. If they snag a young arm next April, Vegas could be playoff bound by 27. Fictional? Nah, that's the pulse. Fans on X are split 60-40 on sticking with Pete versus a fresh face like Ben Johnson. Looking ahead, implications hit hard. Playoffs? A long shot, but sweep the Broncos twice, steal one from the Chargers, and who knows, stranger things have happened in this pirate ship of a franchise. Draft-wise, we're primed for talent, maybe eyeing a corner to shore up that secondary or an edge rusher to clone Crosby. And culturally, with Tom Brady lurking as minority owner, whispering ringside wisdom, this feels like the setup for a Hollywood comeback. Think Moneyball meets The Blind Side, but with more whoop-whoops and less sentiment. Raider Nation, here's the truth. Losses like this don't define us, they forge us. Pete Carroll's not waving the white flag, Gino's slinging it deep, and that Death Star's lights are still shining bright. So grab your black hole jerseys, fire up the tailgates, and tune in Sunday when we host the reeling New York Giants. It's prime time to flip the script and remind the league why we bleed silver and black. This is Raiders Report. Commit to excellence, or get out of the way. Just win, baby. See you on the flip side.